Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to episode 194 of the Studio Rats Q&A Live. It's a special tonight. It's the birthday edition.
Well, it's sort of the birthday edition. It's all the birth. My birthday's actually not until Friday, but this is the closest one to.
It'll be a good Friday, though.
It is very good. It is
You
on
are all
Good
very
Friday.
welcome to our weekly dust up and takeover of the interwebs. I have literally just run outside as the chat from Amazon's arrived. So while you're doing the intros and saying,
What you bought?
well, it's not very exciting, but it's exciting for me and for reasons I will tell you about shortly. But Mr. Drew, this week, what have Yao been up to?
Product videos. Lee came over last week. Did I?
Right.
That was Thursday, yeah. So Lee came over last week with his new toy.
Well, I was over last week as well. Last week?
You were over last. Yeah. But we did the show after that.
Yes.
And then there's a couple of products coming out. There's
Nice.
a couple really cool products coming out. So I've been doing that, and that's about it. That's about it in the musical world, anyway.
Yeah. And getting ready for Joel's birthday.
Getting ready for Joel's birthday. Yeah, 21
Again.
Yeah. What about yourself? Oh, for God's sake! You I can't believe you're showing that on.
It's the studio kettle. Well,
Okay.
Right.
Come on then.
So the fridge arrived today. So I actually now have a fridge, a coffee machine, and a kettle.
Awesome
now-
stuff.
I'm now nearly geared up. What have I been doing this week? So I've been finishing off some product videos for Antelope. For last one of those for a little while. I have been getting ready for a shoot I'm doing tomorrow. In here, you'll notice some strangeness in the background, like 4x12s and stuff. And I'm.
Well, we can't see the other one, unfortunately, but you're going to explain that. That's really cool. Yeah, good. Yeah. Shift that. Look at this.
Oh, I've just moved the cabinet. Okay.
Look at this business.
Look at that.
Nice. So you've got the ugliest Marshall cab in the world.
Yep.
And then you've got the Boss Wazza. That's awesome.
The ugliest and the prettiest next to each other.
Yeah. That Wazza cab's awesome, isn't it?
It's very awesome. And it sounds great as well.
Yeah.
It's not as harsh as the Marshall.
Yeah.
But it's really, really nice. So I'm doing some. I thought I'd do. Some of my favorite pedals are stereo.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd do a video on stereo effects and genuinely building a stereo rig. So it's not very often you're able to get two identical amps and two mics. And I mean, the cabs aren't identical, but they're both 4x12s. They're within a tolerance.
Yeah, but I don't think amps have to be identical.
Well, I just thought it was a humorous thing to try.
No.
And I thought I'd have some fun with it. Talk about some pedals and talk about some stuff. And yeah. For no real reason other than because I can.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I can't wait to hear that. That's going to be awesome.
And that'll be on the main Rats channel because obviously it's guitar and stuff. So.
Oh, okay. You're doing it on that way. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be great, actually. I think that would do really well. Actually, what you should do, you should do that as a stereo thing, and then you should do a wet dry.
Yeah, that's the next thing I'm going to do. Yeah.
Yeah, but you should do it in the same video. The difference between stereo and wet dry, maybe.
Well, no, what I thought I'd then do, because I've got the prototype TSR20. I could do stereo effects dry in the middle.
What was it? Why have you got another TSR20 in there then?
Well, I've got the black one. I've got the black prototype.
And then my old one, the one that I had here.
Yeah, and then I've got my one.
Nice.
So I thought I could do, proper dry stereo effects.
Awesome. Oh my God, that'd be awesome. Yes.
But separate videos, because, you can't just blow it all in one hit. So, yeah.
Nice. Can't blow your wad.
Shoot my load or something like that. I'm going to post the links to the show if anybody cares to join us this evening. You don't need to use these. Just view us and join in the fun. Just if you want to come on. If I see you in the little box down there that I can see, and your camera is on and stuff, I will assume it's because you want to come and talk to us. Oh, it didn't. Wait a moment and try again. No, it didn't work on Facebook. I'm going to post it again. So sorry to anyone who thinks I'm being annoying. It's gone on Facebook this time. At this point, we should dive in and go.
Joe. Thanks, Joe. He says, have you ever gigged with a Synergy rig? If so, what are your thoughts? Have we ever gigged with that? No, I don't. I've never gigged with
I haven't. I've used it for rock schools and things like that.
Yeah.
I've never actually gigged with it proper.
Right. Okay.
Because sometimes you're never quite sure. I when I do these things, I tend to like to give the kids the proper experience, and so when they say, "Oh, we're a metal band," I'll put something metally in, and we're a 70s rock band, I'll put something 70s rock in, and then they go, "Oh, that's really cool."
Right. Nice. Yeah. So the only thing that I'd say about the Synergy stuff is they sound really good. They all sound really good. They all sound really good. They don't sound exactly like the thing that they're emulating,
because they're all 12AX7 based, and they're all still going through the same power amp, and we know it's the power amp that gives us the loveliness.
Yeah. So yeah, but they all sound really good. I can't see any reason why you shouldn't gig with it. I mean, the only person that I know that gigged with them is Steve Vai.
Yeah. I mean, and what's he ever played?
Exactly. Who is he?
Who is this?
Exactly.
Who is this Mr. Vai?
Yeah. But yeah, there's no reason why it shouldn't sound absolutely awesomeness.
The control is brilliant. The one I've got, the Synergy Syn 30, the little foot switch that comes with it. You got 2 channels plus the basic kind of pedal platform, if you like.
I don't get that channel, but that's
as a pedal platform, it's all right. As a kind of clean, undiluted thing, it's all right. You put some pedals in front of it, sounds great. But yeah, it's the Synergy module channel you really want to worry about. So yeah, I would say that would work perfectly well. Have fun.
Nice.
Let us know. Let us know how you get on, Joe.
Right. Daddy Drew. My daddy says, can't believe this has all been as a result of £100 birthday present for a red Stratocaster. Well done and happy 50th. Well, it was actually, I think it was 150 quid, unless I was wrong. Yeah, so my first guitar my dad bought me was a red Squire Strat, an 80s red Squire Strat. Oh shit! What have you done now?
Oh, I've just trashed the joint.
Oh man. So yeah, it was my dad bought me this red 80s red Strat, which is now probably worth about 1,500 quid. Squire Strat.
Uh-huh.
How mental is that? That an 80s Squire Strat is worth the same as an 80s American Standard.
Mad, isn't it?
That is absolutely bonk. It doesn't make any sense, does it? It was a really good guitar, actually. And he bought it from this shop just outside of Brixton.
Right.
North of Brixton. I can't remember the name of the shop and the area now, but just north of Brixton. So, oh yeah, around where's the cricket green?
Oh, do you mean the thingy Lindsay's? Eric Lindsay's?
No, that's Catford. That was Catford.
Yeah.
No,
because that's where I used to live. I used to live in Catford. So.
Oh, did you? I used to work for Eric Lindsay in Gig Sounds.
Well, he had his own. Eric Lindsay had his own shop in Catford, and then
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. Guys, a blast from the past.
At this point, I'm going to go. Boom!
Where is it? Mr. McQuillan, thank you, sir. He said, happy birthday, Paul. Have a cold one on me. Thank you, sir. That's very nice of you, Dave. Let's give Dave a big up.
Yeah, we will. Hang on. They're here. They are here. They are here. Ready, steady, go.
Oh, there we go. Dave McQuillan from the Highland Plectrum Company makes these lovely plectrums, and he sells them on his Reverb store, and they are absolutely awesome. I highly recommend you go and check them out. My favourite is the British penny, which is, have you got a British penny there?
I've got a British penny. 1 second. There it is.
James needs to give his penny a little polish. It's looking a bit dull. They are absolutely awesome.
Yeah, they're very
and
awesome.
He does them in all sorts of different currencies and stuff. They're really good. I did a video on it. They were awesome. Thanks, David. Thanks, mate. Very kind of you.
So where do we get to? We got to, hang on. And your dad also said,
Granddad would be really proud. Ah, that's nice.
Oh,
He would have been, Granddad. Major Pentatonic, evening all and happy birthday, Paul. Cheers, Major. He said there's some great tutorials for learning riffs and licks, etc., and a great web-based free app to support it all. Brilliant learning tool for intermediate levels and beginners. What is?
If you've got, you can't post links, unfortunately, Major Pentatonic, because the system won't let you post links. But if you
nothing to do with us, that's nothing to do with us. That is
send them to Paul or me via the web chat, the web page, and we will share them on the next show because we can do that.
Yes, we can do that. We can do that. Nabs, he says, evening all, happy birthday, Mr. Drew. Thank you, Nabs. He says, since my birthday was last Wednesday, I'm treating myself to a trip to Egypt for the whole week in the hot sun on the Nile. Oh, God, that sounds nice, doesn't it? Nice one, mate. You have a lovely time.
At this point, I'm going to turn that off and I'm going to introduce on to the show. Go!
Hello.
Hello, mate. What you got there? That looks nice.
This one.
Yeah.
You like it? Do you like the color?
Nice.
I really like the color.
It's a relic, green over gold, definitely on purpose. This was definitely not caused by a garage door that hit it while it was drying. It was a design choice. Jesus' labs.
Do us a favor. Turn it over again. Turn it over again. What is that?
This is my lack of patience.
Did you do that?
Yes, I did do this. On this vintage example of a guitar from 1966.
It's not a 66, is it? It's not.
No, because of the years. You can tell by the years that it's not the 66 shape. Other than that, is exactly
true. That's true. Yeah, it's a 50s. What's the why did you put
So
I understand it's a pain in the backside.
Yeah, basically that was it. I wanted it to remain fresh and be able to mod and change pickups because they came with the humbuckers, but I knew that I was going to want to put some sort of filtertrons on it at some point to do the Chris Cornell stuff. But I haven't decided. All the filtertrons seems to be expensive, like the Seymour Duncan Cyclone or the Lollers or the Frailins.
Yeah.
So I'm not ready to do that purchase yet. But so actually, if it was now, I would have done differently. Now you notice as well the lines, which is poor paint job. But what I would have done is I would have cut it before painting because I already did it after I was almost finished with it, before painting, and then sand it properly, and then put the supports on the inside, and then get some pickguard material, and then do a proper cover like ES33. Yes, 343, like the Tom DeLonge one.
Oh, did they not go through the F holes?
No.
You don't go through the F holes. You go through the pickup cavity.
Yeah.
The
no, it has a port on the back.
Oh, does it? Oh, that's good.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It's just I get it. I get it. It makes sense to do it, but I see why they don't do it.
Yeah.
Well, having watched, and there's a video on the channel, watched Steve at Guitar Lodge do the pickup replacement on my Sheraton, I know exactly how difficult it is and exactly how time-consuming it is and exactly how much swearing didn't make it into the videos.
It's actually a way, I saw this thing that's been invented, and it might have been invented some time ago. It's basically the tubes that go through the holes that you then feed through to the pickup cavity. You then put the pots inside the top of the pots inside the tube, and then you pull the tube through and it pops out.
And you can buy it as a kit as well on Etsy.
Yeah. I think that's brilliant.
I don't remember the name.
Yeah, but that to me, I'd rather do that than butcher a 335. But
yeah. So what happened was, so you guys ended up doing the bolt, right? And after the bolt, I was looking into other ways to continue to build and to figure stuff out. A friend of mine built a kit, an SG kit, and I was like, all right, I'm quite impressed. So I got this. This is from Coban Guitars, which then I even got one guitar from them. It has an ebony board, mahogany neck, maple back and sides, right? It has a veneer, which I initially did blue, but because I didn't plan ahead, I did the wrong shade of the blue on the back, and I didn't quite like it, so I then resprayed it this green.
Nice.
It has solderless electronics. The hardware is not professional grade, so you can't take it to a gig because some of the pickups are microphonic and stuff. But it's fine to play at home, like the volume wise. And I've learned a lot of what to do and what not to do. I put a veneer on it after the fact. It should have been before, when it was all raw woods. I spent way too much time trying to scrape it because I sprayed it and then I scraped it instead of putting proper masking tape around. That's why it has this mark here. I don't know if the camera is showing.
You can't see it. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
There's a classic phrase though. To finish first you have to finish. I've lost track of how many projects I've got that didn't get finished because they weren't, I hadn't done it properly. You've finished a project. You've
not
done
only
it.
that, I have actually finished it 3 times. No, well, 2 with this one, and then I got a Les Paul that they sent that had a spalted top that it was very nice, but it wasn't right in the middle. It was slightly to the side, and it was messing with my head. So I was trying to get the olive green, which is dumb of me because Manchester Tech sells olive antique green. That is the green that I wanted.
The olive drab. The olive drab. Yeah, that's my favorite. That's my favorite Gibson color.
So this is I put different pickups on it because it had chrome as well. Natural back. Again, for example, things that I've learned, I tried to remove some of the glue by just going with the fingers and sanding a little bit here and there. I should have used a block. So then it removes continuous amount.
But you learn these things. I suspect Leo didn't get it right on guitar number 1.
Probably.
Yeah. Or Mr. El Gibsano didn't get it right with his first guitar.
Yeah. And this one doesn't have a maple top, but it has a mahogany top as well. And I compared it to a real Gibson. The shapes are all sort of wrong. So, like, this shape is slightly different, and this shape is slightly different, and everything is slightly different.
Roughly, if you held that up to me,
you probably wouldn't be able to tell straight away. But then, if you put it side by side, it's slightly thinner.
That looks like something left full. Yeah.
Nice. But it doesn't have like the sharp horn or anything. It has like the normal one.
It's
cool, and it's lighter than the Gibson standard that I played with.
Well, it will be, it will be because it hasn't got a maple cap.
Well, it has the mahogany cap, which maple tends to be heavier, isn't it?
Yeah, always, yeah.
And there is this one.
That's nice, isn't it? Look at that.
Loving that.
Which I made a matching headstock, which is a complementary color matching headstock. So pink and seafoam.
Yeah, awesome.
And it didn't come with this bit here, but I felt it was a bit naked on this side. So I ordered some pickguard material. But I ordered the wrong pickguard material because I didn't order normal pickguards. I ordered acoustic guitar pickguard, which is thinner.
Yeah.
But it's also easier to cut and to shape
and to manipulate. Yeah.
So it's like Firebirds, Jazz Master thing with again mahogany body, mahogany neck, ebony boards, 25.5 with a different. It's not like the Mustang like there's on that one.
Yeah,
it's like a Nashville one. This bridge is it's going to be replaced. I ordered something else because it comes unscrewed and everything. But these kits are bone nuts on all of them. The thing about these kits is a lot of people buy one, try one, is like, oh, it's a fun experiment, and never follow from there. But I'm finding that it needs a couple of them in order to get going, to learn from the mistakes, and to move on and to improve. And one day I'll be able to do a guitar as good as a Squier Affinity.
My only question is, what tuning do you set your McLaren F1 to?
Well, that is to.
Nice.
A build again. It's the building thing. I think it's the building and setting, and now it's trying to see like, now what do I do with these? Do I sell them? So I can fund my next purchase? Because they won't be able to get to the point of being as good as something that I could just buy for the same amount of money at the moment. But maybe the next one will. But these ones are not taking space, so I'm really considering just putting them up for like £99. Just take it. It's
yeah,
okay.
do it.
You get the
I think it's a
guitar,
good idea. I
and then
think,
just
yeah,
get some money back.
move them on. Good idea. Move them on. Move them on. Then you can afford the next one.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And there was that. So
Nice.
open guitars.
Nice, man. All right, mate. Well, good.
Cool.
Nice to see you and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I just want to keep to show you what I've been able to. And chat as well.
Stuff, mate. Yeah, no, really good to see you, mate. You take care,
right.
yeah?
Take care.
Take care, buddy.
Rafa.
Bye-bye. Great stuff. They look nice.
Yeah, they look good, don't they?
Did we get to there? Boom.
Did we get to there? Did we? Yes, we did. Al, he says, "Hey up, Paul. Happy birthday, mate. Will you buy a whiskey or few when I? We'll buy you a whiskey or few when I see you next. Cheers, Al. Very kind.
Sounds like a plan."
Safety says, "Happy birthday and birthday question." Cheers, Safety. He says, "Do you remember the moment you decided that it's going to be a life immersed in music?" Well, I think probably from the get-go, but whether I thought it, that I wanted it to be, but then did I know it would be? Probably not. No, absolutely not. No, because you don't think that you're going to make your living sort of doing what you want to do you? Doing your hobby.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? When people say, "What do you do for a living?" I say, I haven't worked in years because I love what I do and I'm very lucky. But it is funny. I mean, I fought it for many years. I'm not going to do music's not going to be my living. I'm going to do something else, and I'm going to enjoy music, and I still do. I'm just, gets to a stage where you can fight it, and there's something in the universe that's just saying, "No, stop it. You're going to be a muso."
Right. Yeah. Nice. Dodgy. He says, "Evening, TSI. Happy birthday, Mr. Drew." Thanks, Dodgy. He said, "Hope you got some nice new toys." Well, my new toys will be arriving on Friday. Felt like my birthday this week. New acoustic guitar, cheap travel one, and the PG Spark Live is here. It's killer too. Nice one. You got one of those, haven't you?
I was going to share it, but there it is.
There it is.
But
how does it sound? What?
Do you want to see something really cool? Watch. Look, not plugged in. Come on.
Friendly.
Come on.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Clearly I've drained the battery already, but yes, I've bought the one with I've got a battery for it.
Nice one.
Why is it not charged? It sounds really good.
Does it?
The guitar, I haven't yet done the whole app thing and messed around with the models. I've just gone through, there's 2 banks of presets, and actually, do you know what? It's really good.
Excellent. Is it really bass heavy?
No, actually not.
Okay, great.
No, it's not. They've done a much better job on making it guitar focused.
How many watts is it?
It's 400 peak, 140, 50 something RMS.
So 10 watts, something like that.
So
that's loud.
But it's loud. It's very loud. I mean, that the sound meter thing was going ballistic at it.
Okay.
Yeah, proper loud. I'd like to try it with, like, if you can hear it over drums and stuff, because obviously I can't do both at the same time, but it sounds really good. I'll bring it over next time. We'll do a thing. But no, it's very good.
Nice. Dave, he says, evening studio rats. In honor of Paul's birthday, I had to buy a 2002 Ebony Gibson SG Special from Denmark Street. Nice. Well done, Dave. Good work, man.
Very nice.
Yeah, very nice. Mississippi says, evening TSR and happy birthday, Mr. Drew. Any guitar related presents? Not yet. So I think my only guitar related present is going to be my 335 that I bought for myself.
It's on now. I didn't press it for long enough.
Ah, okay. Nice. It looks good.
It's solid. I say that it's very heavy.
Yeah, it's just composite and it's made out of some sort of.
It's solid as the preamp, the mic pre on the back sounds really good.
Has it got a stereo out?
Outputs left and right. Yes, it has.
No. Okay, that's useful. It's good.
So this could be your monitor, and then when you turn up to the gig, you feed it straight into the house PA, and
job's a good one. Nice.
Yeah, stereo in. It's 4 channels, so you've got stereo inputs. You've got USB-C. You can charge from it, which is really cool. So if your phone is flat, you can charge your phone from the internal battery.
Nice.
Which is quite clever. It's got MIDI I/O for switching and stuff. You've got 4 presets for the microphone input or the line input. It's really good. I'm well impressed.
Okay, awesome. Well, we'll have a little review of that.
Yes.
There we go. Tend to upset, what's the name of the company? Positive Grid. We tend to upset them.
We upset them at NAMM, didn't we?
Did we? Why did we upset them now?
Well, they wouldn't talk to us.
No, I think I've upset them before. Well, the thing is, I had some that go at me today, this week, about being negative about something, and 90% of the videos that I do are positive, and then and then those videos, people accuse you of being, on the payroll of the company. So you can't go either way.
Nope.
And then I did the negative review of that Ampero Mini or something, and this guy was going nuts about not giving it a fair shot, and I didn't go in and tweak the sounds. I said, well, if a company's going to release a product, you should turn that product on, and that company should make sure as soon as you at that first preset, you play through it and you go, I want this thing, as opposed to a deep dive into it and try and get something out of the piece of crap.
Do you remember the ART stuff, the art stuff? The first 10 presets were unusable because they used every single effect, and it was like
awful. Actually, all of the effects were pretty much ropey on that thing.
What was the big 2U one that was? Was it the Art GT 2000?
I had them all, mate. I had all of that stuff. God, it's awful stuff. Jeff Cook, a happy Thursday morning from a rather wet Brisbane. I hope that everyone's feeling groovy, and you, Jeff.
And
he also says, happy birthday, Mr. Drew. It'll be my birthday in a week and a half. People shouldn't divulge birth dates as such on the internet, but I'm a few hours older than Julian Lennon. Nice. Ben, he says, happy birthday, Paul. Cheers, folks. Cheers, Ben. Dave or Pavo, he says, happy birthday. Cheers, Dave. Mr. Cassidy says, happy birthday, Ratman. Hello to the fellow vermin. Cheers, Steve. Pat, he says, happy birthday, Paul. The big 30. Remember, it's only a number. Thanks, mate. I know it's. Mendel says, happy birthday and cheers to a more deserved New Gear days. Yes, thanks, mate.
We like that.
Desert Fisherman, happy 50th. My 50th is in about 2 months, so for now I can call you old man. Yeah, it's rubbish, isn't it? 50. Attila, happy birthday, rats. Let's get on with it. Let's get on it.
Let's get on it. Well, let's get it on.
Guy B, he says, happy birthday, Paul. I haven't been able to watch the live the last few weeks. Good to be back. I received my Jams retro vibe yesterday. It's so much fun. It's a good pedal, that. Really good pedal.
I've just realised something. Can you do the next one? I've just realised something I have to do.
Yes. Where is it? Hold on. Yes. Yeah, go on. Go on then.
No, as in you can do it because.
What? I don't know what's going on. Okay, Davros. He said, "Oh, I know what you're doing. We've got to find." Yeah.
I've found it. Don't worry. I've got it.
Oh,
it's just...
Okay, good. But that's good. But you've got to find the question as well.
I know, but okay. I can't show it.
We'll do it. Davros said, "Happy birthday, lads. Hope there are many more cheers. Cheers, Davros." And Jeff, he says, "When the wonderful inhabitants of New Zealand said,
oh no!
Oh, he's done it now, isn't
he? It's not supposed to just go like that. Stupid thing.
It's not the most professional.
Pretend you didn't see that."
When the wonderful inhabitants of the New Zealand say kittle, they're referring to animals that stand in a field eating grass, saying moo. Kittle. Very good. Oh,
Very
kettle,
good.
as in because you got a kettle.
Yes.
Zpet, hello, studio rap friends. Good to be back to the stream. The weather has been ugly here in Portugal, so no busking. Been discovering my new Amplitude X Space Reverb, and I'm amazed. So many options. Nice one. I haven't tried any of those IK pedals.
You
back on it now? No. Mendel, any chance, James, you might be delving into speaker swapping on that Marshall cab in the near future?
To be honest, I want to leave it alone because it's really good as it is.
It's ugly as sin, but it's very good.
It really does sound good. That I mean, it is different to the Wazza. The Wazza's much mellower.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah.
But the Wazza's got like greenback type speakers.
Of the 4 speakers in the Marshall, top right is by far the most aggressive.
Right.
The bottom 2 sound very similar and are quite vanilla. Top left is the most mellow. So
nice. Okay.
Yeah, it's weird, but I mean, I quite like them, so I don't really want to mess too much. But yeah, I've put stuff on the channel about comparing speakers before, and we did it, didn't we? We sort of moved speakers around things, and that video bombed. So
they always do. People aren't interested in that stuff.
Well, clearly Mendel is.
Phil, evening chaps, evening Phil. Happy birthday, says Hollywood. Cheers, mate. Aristotle says synergy works like a charm, live as Steve Vai can tell. There we go. Live. Yeah, nice one. Soren, he says, happy birthday, Paul. A big thanks, especially for the Boss Katana videos. Outstanding, the best out there. Thanks, Soren. Glad you get something out of them. That wet, dry, wet video is a blooming great idea, says Alan.
Yeah, that'll be the next one I do.
Yeah, thank you, says Joe. Mr. Brahim, he says, evening all, happy birthday to Mr. D. Just to let you know, I haven't bought a Quad Cortex yet, as Mrs. A has hidden my wallet. I told you, come and borrow mine, and just, mate, I don't need it all weekend. It's my birthday this weekend. If you want to borrow this weekend, just come grab it. Nick Torres, he says, happy birthday. Kindly explain why so many people prefer 6LC equipped amps for clean tones. Love EL84 for cleans. Where do you stand? Well, I really like the thing is, if I say I love an EL84 amp, I love a Vox style amp. Now, would a Vox sound very different with 6L6s or EL34s or EL84s? People would say yes, and I'm sure it does, but I think it's less about the power amp tubes than the preamp circuit. I would say. But I do like, my favorite type of clean sound on an amp, or my favorite amps really are I like Vox sort of style amps. So EL84 style amps, or traditionally EL84 style amps.
And 6L6 is Fender style?
6L6, 6V6 Fender. So the smaller Fender's 6V6, the bigger Fender's 6L6.
Right.
So you can think of 2 6L6s as being 50 watt, 4 6L6s. This is roughly, but 100 watts.
Right. Okay.
EL84's much less power output in EL84. So yes, a 6L6 should have more headroom, I guess.
Right. So what's something like a Marshall?
EL34s.
Right. So what's something like a high watt?
Oh, I don't know what a high watt is. I would have thought EL34s, but I don't know. I don't
super high headroom, aren't they? High watts.
Yeah, I don't actually know. I don't know what a high watt's got in it.
Okay.
Yeah, interesting though. Nick J, he said, got to do my live show. I asked you guys about boosts while using my EVH5150. Boss line selector worked great. Thanks for input. Oh, nice one. Good. Glad it worked, mate.
At this point, I'm going to just go down here and go.
Oh, Tony. Thank you, sir. He said, have a great birthday this weekend, Paul. Thanks, Tony. He said, sorry, I have missed so many live shows. My work hours have changed. Hopefully the small token will buy a decent beverage. Cheers, Tony. That's very kind of you, mate, and it will. It will buy me and James a nice couple of pints next time we're together. But thank you very much, Tony.
Thank you very much indeed.
Yeah, very kind of you, Tony. Thank you.
Boom.
Jeff Rock, he said, happy birthday, Paul. Any plans to get a Berthier 74 guitar? I've abandoned my search as the price mortgage level indication of my age. Buying for my kids' Berthiers now. Just got an 89 Strat. Do you know what? I've been looking around for one. And the thing about the 70s is it's known for crap guitars.
It wasn't. They weren't. It was because Gibson had lost all their decent timber in the fire.
I don't even know when the fire was.
Yeah, they've had about 2 or 3 major wood like stock losing fires, and obviously it takes a number of years to get a stock of decent timber back.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, and I don't know what it is, but you know, like so 70s Strats, and there are good ones. You know, you can get a 70s Strat, but 74. I'm not a massive fan of the big headstock. And then you think, okay, well, a Telecaster.
See, I like big headstock, I have to admit.
Yeah, no, I'm not a fan. And then you go, you know, the Telecasters, every single sort of 70s Telecaster that I've held is just like a boat anchor. And then 70s Gibsons are just known for being a bit rubbish. And then you go, okay, well, the only 70s Gibson I think that I could sort of live with would be like an SG. And 70s Gibson SGs are just as ugly as sin. It's that horrible brown color, or normally that horrible brown color with those little square inlays. So I should, because, you know, like those guitars, they go up in value. It was the 60s and now it's the 70s, and then the 80s guitars are going up in value, and it's
craziness.
Yeah, it is crazy. Braxel, happy birthday. How old are you? 21. Pooh Ninja, happy birthday. Cheers, Pooh. Max, happy birthday. Cheers, Max. Attila, Jivey, any plans to review the new Fender FRFRs? I know you previously commented on FR Studio Monitor PA, etc., but I need someone like yourself to confirm it's just hype or not. It is just hype. I mean,
it's hype. Studio monitors.
I've had all the FRFRs. That's basically what they are, as a PA speaker.
Yeah, and if you go and look at the brand that springs to mind is Headrush. The Headrush FRFR is an alto PA speaker.
The only one I think is great, and this is just really from the aesthetics of it, is that it's the new Fender ones, because they look like a deluxe.
Yeah, they look really good.
Yeah.
But actually, do you want an amp in an FRFR? Do you want an FRFR to look like an amp? I think you want it to be a monitor in front of you. That way it looks like a monitor.
No, I want an FRFR to look like an amp. I want to go on stage and still look like I've got an amp behind me.
Right.
So then you can take your Quad Cortex or whatever, but it never sounds right. I've never had one that sounds right.
Yeah.
But that's why I think you need 2. If you get 2, and then you can go, okay, the sound stereo, I'm getting this great tone.
You're adding something, aren't you? You're adding stereo. Whereas just putting an FRFR behind you going, oh, that's it. Nah. Whereas when you've got a pair, even if it's like a pair of, a friend of mine used the old original JBL Eons, the little 10s.
Yeah, great.
And they're great, 300 watts each, 600 watts of glorious stereo guitar on stage that's not offending the front 50 rows of the audience.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It does make sense.
Boom.
Mr. Cook, thank you, sir. He said you can use this super chat to deposit as a deposit on a pint for Alan. Cheers, Jeff. That's very kind of you, mate. Alan.
Hold on one second. Boom.
Brexel. You're 50. I like to trade with you. I'll be 57 next month. Oh, congrats, mate. Yeah, I'm not happy about being 50, to be honest. Nick J, more context. I was using only the clean channel on the 5150, so the boost worked fine after my dry pedal. Nice.
Yeah.
We got that video to release of James and I blowing up a 5150. I need to edit that because I reckon it'd be quite funny. It's both of us just looking at each other going, as it was slowly farting its way to death.
There's me going, just tweaking stuff.
Attila L says, plus it saves me dipping into my pocket first. And since you lads are having a birthday, I'm sure a fivers will be posted your way. Cheers, Attila. What was the original question?
I think it was about Attila's was about the PA.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah. Welcome to the 50 Club. Cheers, Braxel. Well, I'm not there yet. Friday. Zpep's been trying to understand effects loop in my Katana 100, and I don't get the volumes in and out, and how it affects the overall volume of the amp. Any thoughts? Saw you video on it, but I just don't get it. I don't know what you mean by I don't get the volumes in and out. Oh, you mean on the app? Okay. I can explain that. I think you can affect the send and return level. Think of it like that. On the amp. So certain pedals can take line level. So if you think about your preamp, your guitar is instrument level. You're going into the preamp. That's making that signal line level that then goes into the power amp. Okay. So when you've got an effects loop, you can take your effects send out that should be line level. Now some effects units don't like line level and they'll just end up just crapping out. So if you've got an old, something that's supposed to be instrument level, and you're feeding it line level, it's going to crap out. So you can bring down the level. It's the same as on something like this. That's a clinulator, which is basically it's an effects loop. Things like amps like Dumbles have crap effects loops. Dumbles and Matchless. So you can have something like this. So you can turn down like a Matchless. It's like a whole lot of output from the
preamp. Passive attenuator, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's more than that because you can then boost it. So you can lower it to go into that effects unit that's crapping out, and then you can boost it back up to the level that you want to. Because something like a Matchless the preamp blasting into that power amp section is what gives Matchless that sound. So you can then crank it back up to blast into that.
Right, that makes sense.
Section.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The only thing I don't understand this is recovery. I don't know what that is, and you don't get a manual when you buy one.
That's what you'll have to do on Saturday, mate.
Recovery, yeah. Pretty much any day. C. Ellis, happy birthday, Paul. Cheers, C. Ellis. Mike, it's happy birthday. Hope your faders null today and you have the most opulent day. Thank you, Mike. Shep, evening all. Many happy returns for Friday, Paul Drew. Cheers, Shep. Thanks, mate. Happy birthday, Paul. Keep on the great tones. Thanks, you peps. Davey, hello, mate. He says, happy birthday, Paul. Many happy returns. Thank you, my friend. Major Pentatonic was referring to is called the building blocks of rock guitar. Oh, okay. So that was a comment that Major Pentatonic put at the beginning.
Yes. Building blocks of rock guitar. I might have to have a look at that.
Nice. We'll have a look. We will have a butcher's channel. Sorry, I'm keyboard problems. No problem.
Hang on. Just so I've got it in the thing now, because it's all there. Boom.
Mark's gas station. Happy birthday. Cheers, Mark. Al, he says, popped into the Gibson garage. Oh, nice. Into the Gibson garage on Friday for a gander. Yeah, it's a bit posh for us northern types. They open the door for you on arrival and everything. Oh my god!
Wow,
that's not a guitar shop. Don't you think that's Gibson?
That's Gibson's security. That's nothing to do with opening the door. That's
you're right. Actually, it's a security. It's like try and make yourself less threatening and open the door for people.
Yeah. It's all right, Max. I won't post that. Don't worry.
What's that?
He's put gorilla. Oops, wrong chat.
It's on a dating app. That's what it is. Jay Wright, greetings. Just stopping by to say happy birthday to Paul, the best. Cheers, Jay Wright. Mike Blue, happy Baunt Day, young man. One day you'll be old and you won't like it. Nobody does. Yeah, tell me about it. Always great to see Rafa on the channel, says Hollywood. Yes, it is.
Indeedly do.
Finger blasting for dummies. I'm on holiday in the Isle of Skye. Nice. Always have time for you fellas. Happy birthday, Paul. I'll have a local whiskey for you. Oh, nice one, mate. Yeah, very jealous. That would be nice. Isle of Skye, how lovely.
I just popped down from the Isle of Skye. I'm not very big and I'm awful shy.
I haven't got a clue.
And the lassies say as I go by, JV, where's my trews? No, maybe not.
Oh, okay. Duncan Mitchell, happy birthday. Cheers, Duncan.
Boom.
James, happy birthday, Paul. You look great for a 60-year-old. You look like you're only... Nasty. Jamie Brown. James, can you talk about your studio setup, speakers, positioning, etc., and treatment? Do you use SonarWorks Trinov?
Wow, this could be a long conversation.
Yeah, okay, just as quick as possible because there's 100 people watching that probably don't care too much about this. So
so it's all really important. The one thing I would say for speakers, the most important thing is it has to be an equilateral triangle, as in the distance you are to the two speakers, they should be the same distance apart. So if you're a meter from your speakers, the speakers should be a meter apart. That's the important thing. The tweeter should be at your ear height. That's the important thing as well, because that way you're getting the best without any comb filtering or nasty reflection. For acoustic treatment, anything you put in the room, I use what's referred to as the mirror principle. For that,
not very fast, but
so what you do is you get someone else to walk down the side of your room, and when you see a speaker in the mirror, that's where you put some acoustic treatment. And then you walk back further and you see a speaker, that's where you put the acoustic treatment, in those 4 places. Normally something on the back wall. I've got diffusers because I think that is the best thing to do to the rear surface. Yes, I use Trinov. Yes, I use SonarWorks. Depending on the solution, depending on the speakers, is how I use them. Jamie, if you want a more in-depth video on that sort of thing, send us a request for me to make that video. There you go.
Good idea. Chicago, Timmer, he says, I'm late at work. Happy birthday, young man. Cheers, Tim. Barrett Blues, happy birthday, Paul. We ever found a studio guitarist in Benson? I always thought he had a smooth, low gain 80. I don't know who Ian Benson is.
No, me neither.
I'll check him out. Mr. Barr, he says, happy birthday, Paul. You don't look a day over 75. Thank you.
Well, there's a reason for
that. Ben, he says, to see if that spark code be loud enough over the drums, just run a loop and a looper. That's true. You could do that. You got a looper?
I have.
You got one in your
flashback?
Yeah. That'll do, won't it?
I'm just curious, but obviously it is slightly different. But I think it'll be fine. It's very loud.
Is it?
I think if you were a busker
Yeah.
Especially with the battery, this is the amp that everyone will be using. And if they're not, they should be.
Yeah, without doubt.
Because the guitar tones are good enough. They're good, you know, they're not amazing. They're not what's the word? What's the brand? Axe Effects. But they're good, you know. It'll be loud enough. The vocal quality is great. I think it'll be the ultimate. It's the ultimate buskers amp.
Yes.
And you can take it to parties and not worry about going, oh, have you got a power supply, please?
Yeah, no, that's true. It's true. Yogi, he says, happy birthday, fella. Hope you're being spot rotten and those guitars on the way out are to get something epic. Yes, I don't know what yet, but yeah, so I'm getting rid of the Nick Huber Krautster and the PRS McCarthy Hollow Body 2.
Wow, I'm surprised.
Yes, I'm going to get something. I'm going to get,
I'm surprised that PRS is going, I have to admit.
I know, it's so good. It's so good.
The problem is, as brilliant as the PRS stuff is, it's vanilla.
Well, I was watching something today. Do you know what I was watching today? I was watching that pedal show interview with Noel Gallagher.
Mm-hmm. It's really good, isn't it? It's really good.
It's really good. I mean, they always do a great job, those boys. And you know, Noel Gallagher, like, he's not a great guitar player. You know, that's not his thing. He's, you know, he's a songwriter and you know, he's played some great parts and stuff. But you know, he's not known as a great guitar player. And I was looking at all his guitars and stuff and going, oh, that's quite cool. That's quite cool. And then I thought, would he actually play a PRS guitar? I thought, never, not in a million years would he play.
No.
And that's not my reason. That's obviously not my reasoning to part with it. But it's funny, isn't it?
It's not cool.
It's not cool, is it?
They're not cool. They're amazing machines. They're amazing session instruments, studio instruments, but they're not cool.
Oh, the one that I really like, one that I'd really like to try is the PRS Fiore, the Mark Lettieri one. Mm-hmm. I think it's a pretty ugly looking guitar, but it's or a bland. Cool. No, it's not cool.
It's not cool.
But it's a circle. It's a Sir.
See, I think the Sir is cool.
Right, that's interesting. That's interesting. Why you think the Sir's cool, but not
It's like I think a Music Man's cool.
Do you?
Yeah.
I'm not sure a Music Man's. I mean, isn't that funny? What we're defining as what's, you know.
I mean, and also the fact that you're 50 and I'm 47. I mean, we're calling it cool. I mean, Jesus, how unkin cool are we for calling something cool?
Yeah. Fair dues. Yeah, okay. Let's move on. Max, it's okay, Paul. I'll call you young man. Cheers, Max. Keats, he says, morning, happy 50. My 11th birthday was on the date Mr. Lennon was taken from the world. So you're young and still. Wow. When was that? Was that 79? No.
I thought it was 80.
It was 80 something. Was it? Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Around that time. Dizzy Red. Happy birthday, Paul. Cheers, Dizzy. Aristotle, but Paul, your clean is normally edge of breakup a bit more, so not really clean. It's true.
Mm.
What are we talking about cleans for? I don't remember. Hence
you're talking about clean.
Oh, I see. We're talking about yeah.
Hence Vox.
Yeah, Voxes tend to. Yeah, I prefer a Vox to a Fender style amp. Yeah. Elif, I appreciate the work you do. Cheers, Elif. Baroque Blues. I have a 74 Telecast. That's awesome. Cream with maple neck, super lightweight, nice one. Very jealous. I'd love that.
So he says, I appreciate everything that you do. However,
you're old. I appreciate what you do. You're old. I want to play electric guitar, but can I play classical? Well, after the insult, I don't know what to say to that. Just get on with it. Just get on with it. It's the same thing. Just get on with it. Happy birthday, Paul. It's all uphill from here. Thanks. Oh, it's on. What's going on with the head? It goes from different elements of crazy, doesn't it? Davros, cheers for the slow pedal video. Nice to see you guys liked it and can't stop playing mine. It's really good, that, isn't it?
It's really good.
Really good pedal. Max, Paul, check out the Laney FR4 and definitely that is a definite no. That to me is the most pointless thing. I cannot believe when this came out, we could not believe they brought out a FR 4x12. It's the most
2,600 watts.
It's absolutely.
Right. The thing I can't work out about that, about a 4x12, the whole thing about a half stack is that a half stack has to have an amp on the top.
Yeah.
An FR 4x12 is going to have a modeler on the top, or not even on top. It'll just have a cable going in the back. It'll just look weird.
It makes no sense. It's like, like people are using modelers and FRFR speakers because they're lightweight, and they're portable, and they're not very loud, and you can control the volume. And then Laney comes out with the thing that no one wants. It's laughable. I still can't get my head around that. I wonder how many they've sold. Al, by the way, Paul, Night of the Guitars 1989 gig was what we were talking about last week. Is available on YouTube. The full gig. Nice one. Cheers, Al. Yeah, that's worth checking out. I'd like to see that again. I might watch that tomorrow. 2,600 watts. Elif, as an American, British English seems very strange to me. Mate, English people are very strange.
We are.
DJ Play Nice. Happy, mate. Jeff Rock. So we can look forward to a reworking of the scene from Still Crazy where Bill Nighy smashes the cake against the wall proclaiming, "I'm not effing 50."
I'd love it if you went proper ape.
Wow. Was that him saying it was 50? God, I remember. Wow. James even types like a drummer.
Badly. With spelling mistakes.
Happy birthday. Cheers, Chris. Life Balance Dave. Great time to have birthday. Mine was yesterday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Dave. Jeff says, I love the Soldano SLO pedal video, but I'm wondering how close something like the Boss OD200 would get to that sound. I think a lot of things can get probably close to that sound. Like
that just makes that sound. There's no getting close to that sound. That pedal makes that sound. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, the only thing about the OD200, I think it's a digital pedal, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but I think guitarists tend to like analog front ends, analog sort of drive pedals and stuff. Like I tried to get a similar sound out of what's it called? A little MXR Sugar Drive, which is like a clone sort of thing, and we actually got quite a similar sound out of it. But the SLO was really good. That was
a really good buy at the time.
Yeah, I might get one of them at some point.
I'm pleased about that.
Henrik says, "Hello guys, any tips for a non-Gibson ES335 will be used for recordings only? Oh, and happy birthday." Cheers, Henrik. Depends. Give us your budget, mate. Let us know what your budget is, because there's anything from more expensive to Gibson to a lot cheaper than Gibsons. Shahar, now that it's officially spring season, do either of you have allergies? If so, what do you rely on to alleviate your symptoms? By the way, your Katana Go review led me to buy it. Now it's guitar related. Cheers, Shahar. It's good that Katana Go. I get hay fever, but
I get hay fever on an epic level.
Oh, do you? You get it on?
Oh my god! Yeah, I am permanently dosed up on at least 3 Puritons a day.
Oh,
at least, yeah.
Oh, wow. think I'll try it. I think because I don't use anything, but
Oh my
try
god,
that.
no, I'm a streaming wreck. It
Oh,
all
wow.
has it has to do with a certain amount of indiscretion in my early 20s.
Oh, messing up your nose.
Yeah.
Ah, naughty boy.
Yes.
See, I wouldn't into that. Get hay fever. God, can you imagine what Daniela Westbrook's like?
She can't go outside in the summer. Grass pollen. Nope. Stop. No, I was bad before, but I'm worse now.
Right.
I also think I'm worse post COVID vaccines as well.
Really?
But that's controversial. So
funny enough, I think I probably am as well, but that's interesting.
Yeah.
Steve, PRS only seems cool in metal circles. Yeah,
so I'm
and
not
even
even sure. I think a PRS is cool if you like. Oh, what are they called? Chad Kroger.
Nickelback. Yeah,
Nickelback.
90s metal.
Yeah.
90s. 90s. Would you call that metal? It's not really metal, but you know, yeah, 90s rock.
That's when PRS are cool.
Yeah, they were. I mean, PRS were the guitar brand that all the new metal guys used. And now it's gone back to more pointy stuff, isn't it?
But the thing is, they are brilliant guitars. The thing is, we're not slacking off the instruments because they're brilliant. They're faultless. The only thing I'd say is they're just a bit soulless. It also has to be said, they're one of the only brands that isn't an F or a G that will maintain resale value.
Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt, they will definitely maintain resale. Let me get it because it's stunning, this thing. And it's brilliant. It's the best. It's probably the best guitar that I've got. I mean, look at that bass. It's great.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And you don't like guitars that look like basses.
No. But as the build quality of this is better than any guitar that I own.
Yeah. And the funny thing, the funny thing is, Mendel's just nailed it.
What's that?
PRS. One thing you both agree on.
They are. I think I quite like the Silver Sky.
Yeah.
I think the Silver Sky is a cool guitar. Do you know what I think PRS should do? And he won't do it. And I think he's letting himself down for it, because the thing about PRS is if it's in perfect condition, it's worth the money. It's like it will hold its value. Any little dings on it, the people that want PRSs do not like that. I mean,
yes, because they're normally the right honourable, or they've got DDS or some kind of letters before or after their name.
Yeah, it's a brilliant guitar. What's my other thing? Yeah, I think PRS, and he'll never do it, but I think they should relic them.
Relic them, yeah.
And then I think it's not for us to decide what's cool and what's not cool. But
I want to jump on two people. Al's coming up first.
Oh, Al says, Paul, might know something that's interesting in your prayers. Drop your message. Yeah, cheers, Al. Yeah, let us know.
Then Mississippi says,
do you think that if PRS relics some of their guitars, it would make them more desirable? Without a doubt. But if they did, do you know what PRS do? Like this one as well. This is a nitro finish, but it's a nitro over poly. What's the point in that? Why would you? Right, the thing about nitro is that it breathes. Yeah, it lets the wood breathe.
It wears nicely, and
yeah. So they're putting a nitro. That's the only point of nitro. So they put it over a poly finish, which stops it from breathing. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. I'm sure that they've got their reasoning for it, and I'm sure they'd say that. They'd say that there is a reason for it. But did you know?
No.
Gibson. Did you know Gibson? This is on a separate thing. Gibson used to do something called tone polish. I don't even know if they still do it, but how funny is that? So Gibson thinks that their polish makes your guitar sound better.
My dad.
Bullshit is that?
this is slightly different.
Yeah.
My dad is a violinist, as some of you may or may not know. And he was doing a concert, and they said to him, "Your violin looks filthy. Can you clean it, please?" And he didn't. And someone decided they'd clean it for him, and they took a hoover to the dust on the inside and absolutely destroyed the tone of his violin, because
Really?
where the two the top and the back vibrate, all the dust had moved in to the null areas of the back.
Right.
And obviously, violin it's a long sustain, isn't it? A bow on a violin there's lots of vibration rather than just a string plucked or whatever.
Yeah.
And he said it took him nearly 3.5 years to get it back to a playable state.
Wow.
So
no one should do that. Well, I guess it's the same with it's sort of the same, isn't it? With who's the Miles Davis, and apparently didn't clean his teeth because he thought the tone was better. He didn't clean his teeth.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how he sounded. D-Peps, as a busker myself, allow me to disagree with James. Nothing better than a small pedal board and a Roland 60 street cube amp. Trust me. There we go.
Yeah. All right. I stand corrected, said the man in orthopedic shoes.
Yogi, he says, amazing. I'm swapping out my McCarty for a Sir Alt Pro T. Nice. Maybe not quite vanilla, but it's a 99 with a flake. The Sir Alt Pro is really good. It's a really good guitar. If you can get the one with the thornbuckers, even better. I think the Sir Alt T, my Sir Alt T sounded better than my Pete Thorn guitars that I owned. They're really good.
At this point, we're gonna move on to the news, but just gonna need to put that one out there.
Jerry says Satana is cool. Is Satana cool?
I hate to say it, but I don't think so. I don't think Satana is cool.
That's a good one, isn't it? I can't work it out.
I think there might have been a time when Santana was cool.
Before he's
but before he got all trippy and holier than thou is probably the wrong word, but yeah,
maybe before he released that masterclass video.
The masterclass was bad.
Oh my God, that wasn't good, was it?
I
didn't think it's.
Yes, in my opinion, the masterclass was bad.
I think he's got quite a high opinion of himself, which I think doesn't make him cool. Anyway, let's move on.
Yeah.
It's not
the news.
It's in yours.
The news.
Let's do it. Share the screen. Sorry, I know that I always have to talk through this because it helps me, and I'm 50. I'm not 50 yet, but you know. Right. Mithans, which is a boutique guitar brand.
Right.
Slovilian Austrian border. Swampash beauties to look a pair, premium specs with premium aesthetics. And I look at that and I go, there's
something not quite. I'm just letting you know that your email is open in the background.
My email is?
Yeah.
This here.
Yeah, we can see that. Yeah, we can.
Oh God, there's probably some emails that I'm probably not allowed to show. Hold on, let's move that. Okay, how's that now? Oh, actually, look, if I do.
You do that. There we go.
There we go. Sorry, everyone. Apologies. So yeah, there's things about that I like, and there's things about it that I really don't like. That trem system,
right?
Definitely not. That neck with all the fancy inlays and stuff, definitely not. I think we're talking about what's cool and what's not cool. in
Yeah,
today's.
it's interesting, isn't it?
That's not cool. That is not cool.
The reverse headstock on a Strat, unless your name is Jimmy,
I don't like that.
That headstock's horrible as well.
It looks like the Nuno Betancourt sort of headstock.
If they'd done the headstock in the same finish as the body, I might have been more convinced.
All right, yeah.
It just looks a bit wrong. It looks a bit. It could be the way it's been photographed, so I'll give them a certain amount of leeway on that.
Yeah. And it is us. You know, this is only our opinion. There's someone that would look at that and go, "This is amazing."
See, I like the bottom one more because the pick guard almost matches the headstock, but it's not quite there, is it?
I don't like. There's lots of things about that I don't like.
Yeah,
no, I'm not sure. But I mean, and this is still a lot of money, but they're $2,500. So for a complete custom built guitar,
that is quite a bit of dough, isn't it?
It is a lot of dough, but it's not compared to guitars. Custom built guitars now are really expensive.
Yeah, you're right. You are right.
And it's not, it's someone would like it. Someone would like it. So let's not. But the other thing I do not like that trem.
It looks a bit weird, doesn't it? I suspect it probably plays beautifully because it's set up.
Yeah.
It looks like it's going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not sure about that. So I think we should rate things like wrong and. I'm trying to think the other levels of rating. It's not quite wrong. It's not quite a wrong, and is it?
No, it's iffy.
If good, oh, that's good.
Iffy, wrong and an iffy.
Okay, wrong and iffy, and then banging for something we like. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now
right.
let's.
Do you remember on Top Gear when it was Top Gear? When Top Gear was proper, they had the cool wall.
Yes.
And then there was right.
Yes. Yeah.
And then there was Sub-Zero for stuff that was so amazingly cool it was beyond. And then somewhere down the other end of the studio was the wall where they put the cars they owned. These guitars would be even further past that. That is not cool. That is an absolute abomination of a guitar.
Wrong-uns, absolute wrong-uns. But it's Zach Wild's company, it's Wild Audio, and he's quite henched, isn't he? So I'm going to say they're great because he's quite scary.
No, that's hot. Sorry, it's wrong.
They are wrong-uns. They're definitely wrong-uns. They are absolute wrong-uns. And how much are they? Oh God, oh my God.
The only person who would make that look cool
is Zach Wild.
Is if that was a bass, John Entwistle would make that look cool. Because John Entwistle's basses were horrific, but he still made them look.
No, he didn't make them look cool. They were horrendous. Those things. Right, how much are these?
I bet they're thousands.
I don't know. Okay, so they're.
no, 2,700 quid. 2,004 or $2,700.
Don't like that at all.
No,
don't like that. I do not like that at all. Right. Okay. So we've done iffy, wrong-uns. You ready?
Yeah.
So this is Gibson. This is Gibson's new master artisan instruments. Yeah. So, right. Are you ready for this? Does that zoom in? If I do that, does that zoom in?
Yeah. It's zooming in. It's zooming in. I wish it wasn't, but it is.
I'm going to skip the multi-picture, and we're going to go through them. So there's number one, and you go, okay, well, it's. I hate it.
Why would you put silver hardware on that guitar? Why wouldn't you put gold heart or?
No. I don't think you can put anything on that guitar that's going to make it nice. So there's that. That's not the right. So then there's a boogie, and you go, it's all right in an amp.
Yeah, I kind of go with that. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, have that as a bit of furniture. Right, you ready?
No. you'd put it down on the lawn and lose it, wouldn't you?
That is the ugliest thing. I can't even work out what's going on. So can you imagine? Right, just imagine you're at a gig. You're at a Foo Fighters gig, and Dave Grohl walks out with that.
Nothing. I've got nothing.
It would never happen, would it? I mean, for God's sake. So there's that.
Oh.
God.
I mean, I'm sure from a.
I don't know. I don't mind that. I don't.
Yeah, because it's at least a thing. Oh.
So how much do we think these are? So this is the highest level of Gibson.
I reckon that's 70 grand.
See if it says. No prices have been listed. They're going to be horrendous money. But that one there, that to me just.
I got nothing.
I don't know what's going on.
I'm clearly saying that phrase quite often at the moment. I got nothing because I found my kids using it.
Yeah.
Jake came in the other day and so he said, "I got nothing." I accused him of something and he went, "I got nothing." I was like, "That's my phrase."
That's good. It's a good phrase.
Right. I have a. Oh, you got one more.
Yeah, I got one more. Which okay, let's be positive because we haven't been that positive. So I think this looks great. I think Lee's going to.
That looks very good.
Go potty over this. So this is Mua's new effects pedal. I think that looks great.
What is it? What sort of effects pedal is it?
Oh, I think it's like, it's pretty much
everything
does everything. Yeah, amp sim. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's got everything built in, and it's also got an app that you can tweak stuff from. And it is 140 quid, something like that. Where is it? Where's the price? 179.
179 on Amazon.
Yeah, $179. So about 140 quid, 150 quid.
Nice. That looks great.
Looks good, doesn't it?
Mm.
It's good. Well done, Mua.
You can make stuff look cool. It doesn't have to. Cool doesn't have to be weird as.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Right. I have a question.
Go on.
And we kind of started talking about this earlier. And I was talking to a friend yesterday in the pro audio industry, and I appreciate it's a little bit different for guitars, but I don't think it is. When will the hype around big brands burst?
When will the hype around big brands burst?
And the reason I say hype is because there are some brands in the pro audio space who have been around, who are legendary and whose status in the world is second to none. There are brands like SSL and Neve and who've made the Uber consoles of the 70s and 80s and stuff. And yet now they've been bought up by venture capital companies or, big business has decided to get into music, which is always dangerous.
Yeah.
And now companies like SSL are going to Chinese manufacturing and OEMing stuff and just putting an SSL badge on it and going, oh, it's SSL, and knowing that the SSL name and the heritage will sell product.
Oh, I see. So when does that name then become shit? Because there. I think as soon as they did that, it went shit for me, because as soon as they start bringing out 120 quid interfaces, to me, it's ridiculous. SSL is a heritage brand, and they should remain so. But Focusrite did it. Focusrite was a heritage brand, and Focusrite went actually, and it's a sensible business decision, because if it's shareholders, the shareholders want their money.
But the thing is, and I was saying this to this particular person who in the industry who shall remain nameless for very obvious reasons. We were saying, it doesn't actually matter what gear you use, whether you use a Fender guitar, a Gibson guitar, a Squier guitar, or whatever, a Behringer interface, an SSL interface, a whatever.
Yeah.
If you can't make good music with the gear that's available at cheap prices, you probably just can't make good music.
Yes.
I mean, and that's why I'm not one of these people who gets afraid when everyone says, "Oh, everyone can make records these days." I said, "Yes, the tools are available to anybody who wants to have a crack at it."
Yeah.
But I know, to quote Liam Neeson, that I have a particular set of skills that enables me to make things sound nice.
Right.
Liam Neeson didn't say that bit. And I'm all for letting anyone have a crack at it and you know, play music and have fun doing it. But I just wonder when the bubble's going to burst on the whole big brands trying to get in at. I'm ranting, I'm waffling, and I'm not even sure I've got this argument completely square yet. But
no, I think you're right. I hear what you're saying. Well, let's put it back to guitars then, because Gibson, you know, owns a few different companies, KRK, that sort of thing. So they own some sort of more budget brands and that sort of stuff. But now Gibson have gone the other way, where Gibson have now gone, well, do you know what?
They've tried to become a lifestyle brand.
Yeah, they're trying to become a lifestyle brand, but Gibson have gone, yes, okay, they do Epiphones and that, but they're all priced quite high. I think Gibson have now gone, if you want Gibson, you've got to pay money for it.
Yeah, and there's a premium. There's a premium for it.
That's a better word for it. And yeah, and maybe that works for Gibson, but I guess the people that can afford a PRS are probably, you know, the same sort of people that can afford an expensive Gibson. Look, what I'm talking about, like the PRS private stock, that sort of thing.
Yeah, 10 tops and things like that, and
yeah, the more sort of premium end. I mean, PRS are expensive, whatever. And you know, PRS have got that, but Gibson is the more rock and roll brand, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe we're just ranting, but
I just at some point, I mean, Rafa's proved a point beautifully that I don't know how much his kit guitars cost, the kits cost, but
yeah,
I'm gonna go with significantly less than a Gibson.
Oh god, yeah,
but by a factor probably of 10 at least,
without a doubt, yeah.
I'm just amazed that, you know, there are people out there who are quite happy to go on stage with a Squier or an Epiphone or whatever, and still play brilliantly, still be amazing musicians. And yet there are some people who are not brilliant musicians who go, "I must have the thing."
Oh,
no, that's hardly fair, mate. I think.
I'm only messing about, but you're right. There are amazing guitar players that play Squiers,
and
stuff, and it doesn't, you know, that's basically what they play, and it doesn't matter because they're amazing. You're right. It's not about.
But I wonder when it will. So that the kind of cheap guitar thing has kind of come through with brands like Jet and Harley Benton. Now they're making really, really good guitars, you know, and there are really good players playing those guitars, but they're not playing them as their first instrument.
No, I think the thing about that as well is it's flooding the market with cheap guitars, which I'm not sure is such a great thing. Yes, I'm all up for people being able to buy reasonably priced instruments, and
it's really difficult.
But,
it's
at
the moment, I think the industry, the market is in a really bad way. There's so much stock out there.
Yeah. There's so much,
not just guitars, high tech stuff. And the problem with high tech is that give it 6 months, it'll be out of date.
Yeah, without doubt.
So all this stuff will just be slashed and burned via shops, eBay sites, and their web stores and stuff like that, it'll be get it out cheap, and then the new stuff will come through, and nobody will want it because they've just bought. Well, you know, I think we're in quite a dark place in sort of pro audio and music retail at the moment, and buying stuff. And
I couldn't agree more with you.
That's quite dark, wasn't it? Right, let's crack on.
Miguel, he says, "Hi guys, first happy birthday." Thanks, Miguel. He said, "I'm looking for a guitar with a strap body and F holes with telly neck and not a custom shop. Any idea if any brand has something like this?" Oh, mate, that's a great. Hold on. Do you want a strap body? Does Chapman do something like that?
I don't know.
I've got a feeling Chapman does a telly with F holes. I wonder if they do. The thing about the strap having F holes is it's not. Let me show you. Right. Oh, just dumped it. Right. So there's the strap with F holes. But what's different about this strap?
Doesn't have an arm carve.
It doesn't have an arm carve because it can't because of the F hole. Because the arm carve would starts about there.
Yeah.
Okay, so it can't have. So that is why loads of companies don't build straps with.
I love that strap.
Yeah, it's a great guitar. Yeah, tellies it's a flat body, so you can do it. It's really hard. So, and I would say, unless it's a custom thing, I think you're really going to struggle. I mean, Fender. No, I say Fender do the Eric Johnson, but that's got a strap neck on it.
Yes, and it's quite an expensive guitar to then go. Oh, I'm going to buy a telly neck, whip the neck off him.
Yeah, well, you can't as well. A telly neck is a different shape end. Apparently, they're not interchangeable with the strap. Yeah, you can put a strap neck on a telly, but not a telly neck on a strap or something like that. Not instantly, anyway. There's some things you have to do.
Okay.
As far as I know, Life Balance Dave, home use only. Is the Katana Air a good buy, or shall I go for a 50? Oh, Katana Air is great. It's great. The only thing is, it's a one trick thing. So with the Katana 50, which is great for home use as well, because you can turn it down really quiet, you could do a gig with it. The Katana Air you can't do gig with.
You could go a Katana Head because that's got little speakers in for practice.
Yes, a Katana Mark II or Mark 1 head 100 has got tiny little speakers in it. The Artist hasn't got speakers in it. But yeah, the Katana Head has.
Yeah.
Might have one somewhere in the garage somewhere.
Greg's got it.
Has he?
Hold on.
He has as well.
No, he has.
Yeah, Mississippi. My PRSCU 22 is a 99. I bought it new 25 years ago. Wow, it's relic, lol. More chips and chunks than a few. It has a way. It's a way for a refret currently. Oh, nice one. That's great when you find a guitar like that. You want to keep it. And well done, mate. And it's great that you've got a guitar that that you've relicked and you still love it. Awesome.
Boom.
Rafa, he says that Laney could be a great backline though if venues had it, but who needs that much volume?
If a venue had it where you just turn up and plug your modeler into it, that's a great idea. But unfortunately, these days, what venues want 2,600 watts of guitar amp on stage?
They don't want it. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. Why it's ridiculous. Oh, have you got all beers in your fridge now? Is that what it is? You've got a fridge and you've got nice. Yeah, that's the whole point of it. It just doesn't make it doesn't make any sort of sense, that thing. I can't work it out. I reckon they've sold 2.
One to the guy who owns Laney's mum.
Andy Jones, he said, happy birthday. Thanks, mate. He said, sorry if you mentioned this before, but at some point, but how is the buying experience at an auction? Is it worth it, or do they just go for the same prices as eBay? Well, I'll let James speak on that first, because James had more experience, and then I'll give my opinion, I think.
So you do have to be careful, and you have to do your homework pre-auction. So, for example, so the auctions that I've done reasonably well at in the last couple of years is the Gardner Hallgate auctions, and everything that I've bought that I've wanted to sell on, I've sold on and made. I've not lost out on it. I wouldn't say it's going for eBay prices, but you're not going to make. There's very few times have I made a real 100% markup killing on an amp. It has happened, but it was a while ago, and I picked up a particular amp for a song and was very lucky and sold it for a good price. You do have to remember that they will be adding 26.5% seller's commission or seller's tax on top. So if you pay £1,000 for something, you're actually paying 2,000. Sorry, if you pay £1,000 for something at the auction, you're actually going to spend 1,260 quid on that thing. So what the hammer number add 26.5% to that. If you think you're getting a good deal at that point, then yeah, go for it. I've bought some great stuff at the auction. I've bought some stuff that Paul and I have loved and gone, this is amazing. I don't think I've bought any pups, have I? I got close. I've had some near misses.
Yes, I bought pup.
You certainly did.
I did. I think those days are gone. I think yes, you might get a bargain, but don't forget you've got to pay auctioneers' fees, you rarely get a bargain anymore.
The only time you'll get a bargain is on the super expensive stuff, the super vintage stuff. So if you're after a 63 Strat, for example, and you've got 15 grand and that guitar's been valued at 30, there's a fair chance it will go for 16. The really expensive stuff is not selling at the minute.
I'm not sure there's too many people that would want that guitar for 15 grand.
I'm not saying there is, but that's why the prices are staying low on those sort of instruments. On the £1,000 amp sort of territory, I bought the dual rectifier recently.
Yeah,
and I think I got that for a good price, not cheap, but a fair below eBay price.
Right. Rectifiers are funny because you can see them for crazy cheap and you can see them for crazy money. You can see like crazy expensive.
It's bizarre. So I wouldn't be afraid of it, Andy. You do also have to remember that in Gardner Hallgate's case, they will not send it to you, or they will, but they're going to whack a fair old shipping charge on. So I just go down and get it. Go and get wherever I want.
Yeah. It's become very popular, isn't it? Okay, let's move on. Kinks, Satana makes PRS cool. I think some people like Satana, don't they? So who else has got? I mean, there's obviously John Mayer and Mark Lettieri. John Mayer has done. I think John Mayer has done amazing things for PRS.
Yes, and I think John Mayer is cool, without a doubt. Possibly too cool.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's a mega talent. You like him or hate him, he's a fantastic guitar player, and he's written some great songs. The Joe Walsh guitar I thought was I quite like that. There's the Robin, what's his name?
Ford.
Robin Ford. No, Robin Ford. The new Robin Ford.
The John McLaughlin though. I'm sorry.
That sounded awful, didn't it?
It sounded awful.
The video wasn't great, was it? I think that was it. Yeah, it's a funny brand. It's a funny brand. They need. Yeah, I think things could shift pretty quickly for PRS. If they, if they don't try and get on, if they don't try and appeal to younger players.
Yeah.
Jeff Cook. I've had 5 COVID jabs and my internet now runs over 900 megabits per second. You can draw your conclusion. The Silver Sky says, Mike says, the Silver Sky is cool. I didn't like the feel of the Fiore. Could have been the setup. Interesting. Yeah. Bill says, PRS are made too well and are soulless. Same with Sir and Ernie Ball. It's a funny thing. People say, like James said soulless earlier as well. It's a funny word, soulless, but I know I think when things are made, does soulless means it's made, as you said, it's made too well. I've got a slight problem with the word soulless, but I mean, you look at someone like Pete Thorne, he's amazing. He makes Sir sound great. Wood makes,
but he'd make a Squire sound good.
Yes, he would. He would, yeah. Yeah, he would. And Ernie Ball, I think Rebere's going to do quite a lot for Ernie Ball, because I always thought Ernie Ball, the Music Man guitars, the necks are too small. It's just like this funny little neck. And the new Rebere one, which I played at NAMM, I thought was great, because at last they're doing a bigger neck. Yeah, really like the look of that one. Jerry says guitars don't have soul, players do. There we go. That's very true.
It is true.
Very true. That's the best way of putting that. And Kiesel, yeah, Kiesel. I don't see Kiesel have had some. You say Kiesel are made too well. Are made. You lost comment, Bill, was PRS are made too well and soulless. Same with Sir and Ernie Ball and Kiesel. But Kiesel did go through a stage where they're they were slated for some of their quality control issues. So I think they've improved now.
But so have Gibson, that's for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Same Gibson and Fender, but no one says Fenders and Gibson are soulless. I'm using that term. Yeah. Vinny, hello mate. He says, hi gents, happy birthday. Thanks, mate. George D, he said, happy birthday, Paul. Don't pay any attention to those old comments. You're a young man, 50 years young. Enjoy your middle youth. Cheers, George.
Middle youth. I like that. I'll go with that.
Youth. Alan, you rats apparently haven't heard of tone paint. Well, I'm sure. Actually,
I'm sure Gibson will try and market it.
Isn't that the whole point of the Murphy Lab? So without them saying it, isn't that the point? Because the Murphy Lab is a special finish that the Murphy Lab uses a special finish on the guitar that you don't get on other Gibsons. And I've heard Tom Murphy say that their guitars do sound better. So the Murphy Lab sound better. So that's an interesting thought. So it's almost like it's almost like him saying that, isn't it? Steve, he says, going on Dragon's Den next week to try and sell bags of tone dust. Tone dust. Desert Fisherman, I have a PRS that has a mild crackling sound in the bridge pickup only. I spray detox it on the 3-way switch, but that didn't correct it. Any ideas what can cause it?
Loose cable, sounds like. Or you've got of a strand of maybe 13, 14 cable, like copper cables in a wire, you've probably got one left.
Yeah, I mean, no, I'm not sure that would make it crackle, would it?
Yeah, because if you're trying to push more current through that one final bit of connector that's only just touching, you're not going to get a clean signal. Therefore, you get crackling.
Okay. I would say you just got dirt in the in the switch. Oh, hold on. On the bridge pickup only, I prayed you tox it on the 3-way switch, but that didn't correct it. Well, I think it's dirt, personally. I think you've either got dirt in the
pot.
But then that pot, it's a PRS. So yes, it could be in the pot. So yeah, before you do anything, take the take the bridge. Did you say bridge pickup?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take off the bridge pickup.
Yes.
Knobs. Squirt your Detoxit on that and in the tone control. Really work it in. So just spray it, work it in, and then see if that fixes it as well. And on the switch as well, spray it and work it. Just get to work. You might find that your switch is gone.
Yep.
Dave, he says, regarding hay fever, my wife suffered badly most of her life. About 5 years ago, she tried infrared therapy and hasn't needed drugs since. Wow. Jeff Rock, I thought nitro was just for the smell. Every day's a school day. Hollywood, interesting debate on PRS and not cool. You have Tremonti playing PRS. In your eyes, what's cooler, PRS or Sir?
Sir, are cooler.
I think Sir's cooler. Yeah, I think so.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what's more?
It's an opinion, isn't it? It doesn't mean anything. Our opinion does not mean anything.
No, but do you know what it is that I think that makes Sir cooler?
Go on.
I think now we start to seeing this plaid shirt guy who happens to be Paul Reed Smith appearing in videos and playing his own guitars. I kind of go, you're not cool. Whereas I don't know who Mr. Sir is, but I don't think he's played his own guitars in his own publicity videos.
You rarely see him, it's true. Tremonti, let's not forget, Mark Tremonti came from, what was the band? You know, like a 2000s metal band. I forgot. 1990s, 2000 metal band. Oh, who was it? We're going to be told in a minute. And it's great. I like it. Is it? I don't know.
But it's not cool.
I think PRS just need to appeal. They've got an opportunity to appeal to a younger market, and I don't think they're doing that.
No,
even with the SEs. Jerry McKenzie, wallet polish, awesome.
Definitely.
Duncan Mitchell, Philip Sace is playing Silver Sky now, a black one. The way he plays it will soon be released. Yeah, he's great, isn't he? What an amazing guitar player. Shahaba says the Tanner did lots of drugs in the 70s. He at least used to be cool. Yes, drugs equals cool. Lol.
Drugs are bad, okay?
Okay. Soren, he was in the mid 70s. Yes, I think you're probably right in the mid 70s. Yeah. Martin Collier, PRS guitars boring, the builder boring, snore. So a lot of people think that.
Yeah,
it's cool in the 70s and again in 2000 for a minute. Yeah, I guess with the
when was the album? The Supernatural album came out.
Yeah,
he got cool again because he got all these cool people to work with him.
Cool at the time, people.
Yeah, like to get. Oh god, there's loads of people. That whole album was full of brilliant people, and you go, "You're cool." And then he witters on at the gig, at the live concert, about, "Oh, just be happy, man, and be cool to everyone." And I'm like, "Shut up, man, and play guitar." It's like Ringo going, peace and love, peace and love. No, stop. Just hit drums.
Right. Yeah. Okay. George, Santana was cool when I saw him at Woodstock. Oh, nice.
Very cool. That's cool.
That's cool. Matt, he says, Quibbles from USA. Happy birthday. Cheers, Matt. Thank you very much. Gold Silver. Happy birthday, Paul. Thank you, Mike. Aristotle's left-handed neck on right-handed guitars make vibrato work more evenly than right-handed neck because on the left one, the high and low E drop their pitch more evenly than on the right hand. Let me get this right. Left-handed neck on a right-handed guitar makes vibrato work more evenly than a right-handed neck because on the left one, the high and low E drop their pitch more even. I'd need that proved to me, I think. I'd like to see what that Yeah, I'd like to. I might need a bit of science with that, or a bit more explanation to. But interesting. OG make fire good. Thank you guys for your how to use a parametric EQ episode. Anytime, mate. I'm glad you got something out of that. It's interesting guitar. What's that? Is it an Ibanez or something?
Cool. Don't know. It looks cool though.
No, I think it's Og. Og make fire be good, whatever it was. Fire good. Jeff, he says, FFS Gibson. I like mushy peas with chips, but not on the guitar. Yes, that was wrong, wasn't it? What wrong?
Very strange.
Absolute wrong. K Sharp 10, happy birthday. Thank you, K Sharp. Todd, Reed Gibson models. It has to be an April Fool's joke, surely. That's interesting. I mean, no. It's like someone Gibson's gone. Make us the most, like I get it. Probably the workmanship is outstanding or whatever.
Second to none, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, but let's make his guitar that no one wants to play.
Mm.
Jerry, unless it's a soulless PRS. Heritage Brands, says Steve. You're not like to see Reckenbach SE. A few brands like this left these days. That's true. That's true.
Yeah, it's true.
Funky Bass, happy birthday, Mr. Drew. Cheers, Funky. Al says, James, regarding your pro audio rant, chat, I'm with you on this. How many hours have we got left? Yeah.
I think Al and I could. I think the three of us actually, and add Greg into that mix. I think the four of us could sink an awful lot of beer while just discussing that.
Oh, yeah. That sounds good. I like the sound of that. Caesar's Range. Happy birthday, Paul. Thank you. I bought a PRS Paul's guitar SE recently in your honor. Well, maybe just because I wanted it. Fantastic guitar at any price. It's the most resonant guitar I've ever had. Oh, that's brilliant. Awesome. Glad you found something that's brilliant. Anthony, pros use what's functional because they have to justify the cost as work tools. Hobbyists spend a fortune because it's their play money and only have to justify the want. There we go. It's true.
That is true. There is a certain amount to that. But as a pro, I can tell you the things that I want are generally the expensive things.
Yeah. You want the good tools. I want a good thing that's not going to break down on me.
The funny thing is, though, that obviously moving away from guitars for a minute, because I'm not first call guitar player, and we do have to remember that sometimes that I will buy a guitar and I'll go, it's fine for me, or it's fine for the studio, because 99% of the time people come in here are probably not going to be Paul Drew. And if you come in here, you're probably going to bring one of your guitars. Drum wise, that kit is about as good as it gets. But funnily enough, snares recently, I've been picking up a few for not four figures and bought some really cool drums and really good sounding drums that not horrifically expensive. And yet I see some of the stuff like Craviotto and the really high end brands. I go, oh, I'd like some of those. So, yeah. But nothing that I've gone, I must buy that. Oh, it's £3,500 for a snare drum. No, I'm not that mad.
Damn. Life Balance Dave, I have my new birthday Jet JS450 next to me. Such a great instrument. Awesome. Yeah, very nice. Those Jets are cracking for the money. Paul says, Miguel, check out the new Fender Pawn Shop 72 semi-hollow Strat style guitar Sunburst with wide range humbuckers. It's pretty much that description. Oh, nice one.
Nice, very nice.
Yeah, great. Well done, Paul. Funky Bass, always thought the F-hole sounds a bit wrong. That sounds a bit rude. Elif, what's your foot size? Me? 9.5.
I'm a 9.
What's that? Yeah, but that's it. That's UK 9. What's that in America? That's 10, isn't it?
US 10, yeah.
Yeah, So depending where you are in the world. Aristotle's backline rental companies by the Laney FRFR. There's still a lot of music festivals and stadium gigs around the world, especially on heavy music.
But they're not using FRFR, a big stadium festival. They're using their 100-watt Marshalls into 2 4x12s because they can. That's the whole point of a stadium stage.
No, I think he's right. I think a lot of metal bands, especially, are using modelers. I still don't think that Laney FRFR is selling, because I still don't. It's well, we'll have to ask Laney. Satana was the first PRS user.
Yeah, he was the first endorsee.
Yeah. PRS-SE? Yep.
Right. I'm afraid, Mike Blue, you and I are going to have to disagree on this massively.
The only ball St. Vincent is very cool. God, it's a funny instrument. I'm not sure.
Her masterclass is dreadful as well.
Is it? She did one, did she?
Oh.
Damn. Right. Top tier artists, touring and session players. We need to get through these now, don't we? Because we are
working on it.
10. Attila, in your opinion, regarding modelers versus amps, what can the amp do that modeling or capture tech hasn't as of yet been able to nail? I'm thinking along the lines of feel and response. You know, it's exactly as you're saying. It's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is. You can get the sound right. It's just the feel of it and the response.
I played through these 2 amps this afternoon for a couple of hours and went, "Oh my god, this is fun." I don't find it fun when I'm playing through a modeler.
It's playing through amps is still the ultimate experience, definitely. Jeff Cook, my profile pick is my latest acquisition. That's a Steve Mawson, isn't it? Yes, EBM stainless steel frets. Also the EBMM Steve Morse Y2D version. Nice. Quite an odd guitar, that.
But cool, though. I think that's cool.
There we go. Cool is overrated. Absolutely, Max. Al Tremonti, Alterbridge. Yes, he's in Alterbridge. And also, I mean, he does lots of things. Creed. Thank you, Lee. Well done, Lee. Yes, so Mark Tremonti was from Creed. Those Satan worshippers. What's he talking about?
Creed, probably.
Are they?
I don't know.
Jerry McKenzie, Gibson wallet polish. Yes.
Yeah.
Headrush core or Impero 2 stage?
Headrush core.
I'm not a Headrush fan.
I'm not. I'm an 11 rack fan, but
there we go. I think James knows more about it than me, so he's saying Headrush core.
Headrush core.
Max, guitars are tools to please the ear and satisfy the soul. Very true, Max.
But hence the words soul and soulless, Max. That's the phrase I put out there. Just
Mark Doolan is definitely who played them. If Page played a deluxe mini humbucker Les Paul, they would burst prices. Lol. Bonamassa would go crazy for him. Probably right.
I have to admit, I watched that Bonamassa video, the one where he had the tour of the guys going around Nerdville, California, and I've stolen something from his studio, stolen an idea, and you can see when you come around.
Okay, nice. Funk bass. Mike Shreve on drums for Satana at Woodstock was stupendous. Do you know Mike Shreve?
I don't, but I know who played drums on that Santana track because I remember thinking it was brilliant. But
right, Mark Doolan, B burst prices even. Yes. Jerry McKenzie, James hit drums.
No, I think that said James hit drums. Yes.
James hit drums. Josh, what are your thoughts on the Headrush core versus the Impero stage? And happy birthday! Thanks, Josh. I've never played. I haven't played either of them, to be honest. Wasn't
Headrush because it's based on 11 rack. It's good.
Yeah, I wasn't a massive fan of the MX5 Headrush. So, Mike, different strokes, different folks. It's cool, James. I like Annie. Annie?
Yeah. Oh yeah. But yeah, we're all different. That's the thing.
Absolutely, yeah. Funk bass. Do you guys find that more experience you get, the more you can put brands and price aside and just judge an instrument on its own merits? Took me a long time to get to that point about bass. Yeah,
totally.
Yeah,
I also find that even when I shut my eyes, if I'm hitting a drum, I'll go, "That's an expensive drum." Oh, that's not.
Right,
even if they're tuned the same, there's a difference. And if you want to say tone wood doesn't matter on guitars, it really matters on drums.
It's acoustic instrument, same with acoustic guitar. Yeah.
Boom.
Al, right, have a good weekend, one and all, and enjoy birthday, Paul. Catch you all soon. Cheers. Cheers, Al. Have a good one. Vince, do you attribute design credit to amplifier companies that copy dongle circuits like Amplified Nation? All of these amps are almost exact copies of Dumble designs. Yeah. Dumble amps or Dumble clones are a funny thing because they tend to be expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And they tend to be very highly built and overbuilt. And Amplified Nations like that, where they build, it's like really high spec.
But even all their amps are, they're not Dumble clones. They've taken what is a Dumble style amp and made it their own.
Yeah, to a certain extent, yes. But they're they're not direct clones. Yeah.
There are only so many amplifier circuit designs. It's not like an infinite. There are 4 or 5 basic circuits to make an amp.
It's a Fender style amp at the end of the day. Anthony, question: Black Star Artisan 30 is a pedal platform. Yay or nay? They go for peanuts, 600 quid-ish. I think you can get a lot for 600 quid.
They're a good amp though.
Yeah. I think you do well. Jeff, don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. Yeah, cheers, Jeff. Yeah, it really does help. Give us a like. It really, really, really does help. Thanks, Jeff. Vince, they're all direct clones of Ask Taylor himself. No, don't think they are.
No, because there's one that's got a plexi circuit in it for a start. The Ampliphonics and Gain's got a plexi circuit in it.
There was a Dumble that. I'm sure. If you watch the interview with Sweetwater, because Amplified Nation are now at Sweetwater. I think Taylor.
It's a good video, actually. It's a really good video.
It is. Yeah, he comes across well, doesn't he? I'm sure he says a couple of times that they made them their own.
Yeah.
Jerry, what drum brands are soulless?
Yamaha. They're really good instruments. They're really usable instruments, but they're soulless.
Same with the guitars, I guess. But that's a really good point.
Yeah.
I
play a Yamaha kit, so it's not like I've got Yamaha kits. So it's not like I'm.
Yeah. They make great stuff. Lee says Dumble is to Fender what Friedman is to Marshall, I guess. Yeah. You can always count on Lee for words of wisdom. Funky Bass, wasn't the famous Dumble amp designed to emulate Robin Ford's live sound at a gig Mr. Dumble once watched with a tube scream in front of a Fender Deluxe Reverb? Yes, I think it was. I think that was where he got the inspiration from, yeah.
Possibly. Right, we've got to the end, but I do have something I want to share with you, just for a laugh, because Paul said to me, you've got to do that properly, and I kind of gave it away earlier on, but I had a laugh doing this last week.
So let's explain this. No, hold on, explain it first of all. So occasionally we get very stupid comments in.
So I thought...
So occasionally. So what we're going to do is we're going to have it as a bit of a feature during the show. So James has done
this.
Comment of the week.
No. James, it only plays it. It plays it from halfway through. It doesn't play it from the beginning.
I heard it from the beginning.
Stupid comment of the week.
That's better. Right. Okay. So we need to know that in the future, because the first time we play it, only plays it halfway through.
Oh, for God's sake.
Can't win everything.
You can't.
There we go. So,
stupid comment of the week has to go to why male film?
Have you got it? Can you put it up?
I can't put it up, but I can read it to you.
Okay, go on then.
Not the mini is the meh. Your attitude on this, comma, the zero interest and zero effort to tweak that sound in right was the meh.
That's
you know what? That has to go.
Comment of the week.
All we get is comment of the week. We don't
Oh,
get
for
stupid.
goodness sake.
Stupid comment of the week.
There we go. There we go. Right, you need to sort that out. Maybe you need to put like a little pre couple of seconds before you on video.
Yes, because obviously it's not a very long video. Oh, for God's sake.
There we go. And there's plenty more. I even had one person that said, why don't you make atmospheric death metal patches for the Boss Katana? Atmospheric, no. It was atmospheric death metal. There must be a new genre that I haven't heard of.
Yes, clearly. Thank you everyone for joining us and for your very humorous comments about my video that took all of about 6 minutes to put together.
There we go.
We'll be back next week when it's not Paul's birthday and it'll be not Easter anymore. We will have some news about episode 200 and how you can join us in real life right here at the north of the river Studio Rats HQ.
Nice.
Be very exciting. We look forward to that. But in the meantime, have a great week, everyone. Stay safe. Enjoy Easter or whatever celebration it is you're enjoying this time of year. Don't eat too much chocolate. And once again, Mr. Drew, have a very happy birthday on Friday.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. And we'll see you again very soon.
Cheers, guys.